Hi there, I'm Gerard Evans, co-author of the Turning Point book with Jon Wilde. And I'm going to read you an extract now about my experiences regarding the second week of the mindfulness course that is contained within that book, back from when I actually did it as a student. And this is all about bodily sensations and noticing things that go on in your body, which was a bit of a revelation to me because I always thought it was all about the mind. So, yeah, here's the reflections. Firstly, on something called the body scan, which is a meditation where you become very aware of everything happening in your body. So, Gerard's reflections. The body scan required a leap of faith for me, albeit one I was happy to make. It seemed an odd and pointless exercise at first, but once I got in the habit, and that was the leap, getting in the habit, it repaid me in ways I hadn't imagined. To be aware more often, as the course puts it. Bringing any awareness to sensations in my toes was a challenging place to start because there was nothing there. Indeed, I'm not really sure I've ever felt anything in my toes during a body scan, much less between them. But the valuable lesson for me here was that it wasn't about feeling sensations. It's not about wanting the moment to be any different from how it already is. So no sensation is just as fine as sensation. It's not about judging yourself, and it's not about coming up to any standards, yours or anyone else's. It's simply about noticing what is there, and equally noticing without judgment if there is nothing there. And this was a lesson I could apply to all sorts of areas in my life, and doing so it played a really major part in unclamping my head and helping me to relax. Because whilst relaxation is not the stated aim of meditation, I personally find it extremely relaxing most of the time. Of course, there are days when my brain never seems to slow down at all, but those are the days I figure I need it most of all. So even when I'm constantly and monotonously bringing myself back from distraction, I notice my body has stayed still throughout, which feels vaguely revolutionary. The course points out, and this was another big turning point for me, when you're practicing the body scan, you are not in competition with anyone, including yourself. The idea that not everything in life has to be goal-orientated seems anathema in the West, and increasingly even in the East. The realisation that, at least while I'm meditating, I can free myself of all this pressure was profound for me. And it wasn't long before it started seeping into the rest of my life just as profoundly. Results as welcome byproducts rather than do-or-die pressure points. The body scan also had some knock-on effects. Whilst meditating on the bus, which became a regular habit on my 30-minute journey from my home in Lewes to my Brighton workplace, I would find it increasingly easy to sink into an awareness of my body. And as well as anchoring me in the present moment, this also served to make me aware of just how bad my posture usually was when I sat on a bus seat, almost comically so. Mainly, though, it seemed that every time I became deliberately aware of my body, I was automatically back in the present. So it was a quick and easy way of grounding myself, particularly if I noticed I was drifting off into a stream of negative thinking.